ducking under the challenges. Robinson gets it away to Widdop. Widdop will slide the kick in behind the defence, but not the best kick. And Dion I is able to pick it up. Westwood was hunting something behind him.
Well, to me, that was the wrong option. Full credit to the half-back eye to get back in time. But you could see there when Robinson was jinking around, the Khummels are going far too high. Early in the piece, they were going for the legs. I'm afraid they even looked tired even after the rest at half-time.
Michael Yezu is the man who played the ball, and here goes Menzies Yere. He really has been the star of the show as far as PNG are concerned in the 3 games that we have seen. He was the star of the show, of course, in the Sheffield Eagles team back home during the summer just past. Deep kick.
Much better kick. What's the chase like? And it's pretty good as well.
Tompkins with the ball for England, though. Ayton leading the way. Sorry, Steve.
Sorry, Eddie. It's just that the one thing that Steve McNamara will be happy with is that the defence of England, they've worked as a unit. They've moved up quickly. There's been very few breaks against them.
Moving now, get square.
They try all the time, though, don't they, to hold England down, to slow the play of the ball. Is Ryan Hall, another man who's had to be patient on this tour. And a knock on at the play of the ball. Probably not patient enough.
Well, it's going to
be
a problem, Eddie, with this referee, Shane Ream, in as much that he is allowing the Papua New Guineans to just roll all over the top of the English player in possession of the football. And they're getting there in numbers, and watch how they try to slow everything down. Bit of a swinging arm as well.
Well, it came in from Nixon Colo, the prop forward. This is Jesse Joe Parker again. And Sam Burgess, remember, end of the first half, he looked a bit groggy. Some news of him from Brian.
Well, we're told, Eddie, it's a shoulder injury and they're not very confident of getting him back on the field, but I think there's a general feeling that it's not worth pushing it or risking it. So I don't think we'll see Sam Burgess back on the field. Just looking on the bench, Kevin Brown is back down there. He's not got a warm-up top or anything on him, just sitting on the bench. But again, question marks over whether or not he'll take further part in this game.
So England might be 2 men down. And here come Papua New Guinea in the shape of their standoff, Glenn Nami.
Is a problem for Robinson as well.
Has he lost the ball here, Nami? He has. Another error from PNG just when they appeared to have England on the back foot.
Had a real problem there. They were down to 12 men. Robinson rushed to the sideline. Looks like the elbow or the forearm. Oh, don't tell me that he's picked up an injury. He was in agony. He raced to the sideline.
Let's go. Ball.
Yes, he's not good, is he? Sam Burgess probably not returning. Might have to. Numbers are dwindling for England. There's the problem.
Your initial guess would be like a dislocation of the elbow. The way he set off, didn't he, to the sideline, as though he wanted somebody to immediately put it back into place. Ben Harrison, who hasn't been on the field yet, 5 minutes almost into the second half.
Let's go.
I don't know whether he'll be asked to play a scrum half. He wants to play on, though.
A brave character. Although he just turns for a moment then, as much as to say, I'm not so sure. Plainly has a problem, Luke Robinson. He's coming off. He's coming off the field. Can't lift the arm.
It's not worth the risk for it to get any worse when you got a lead of 24-0.
Well, the troops are dwindling in number. Westwood, frustrated at the attention of the defenders all over them. Major problem for Robinson, major problem for Burgess, major problem for Kevin Brown. England ahead 24-0, running out of numbers. What does the next 34 minutes or so have in store for them? Tompkins stabs the kick into the corner. It's picked up by Jesse Joe Parker. The chase is good from Roby and co.
Here's 10.
He's been magnificent, you know, as James Roby, both in attack and defence. He really has put himself about, and that should be a penalty, and it is.
Put him in a dangerous position. Put him in a dangerous position, boys.
Not been on the field very long, Ben Harrison, but Papua New Guinea have their second penalty of the match.
Yeah, this man.
Goroka, 1990, the scene of the solitary test win for PNG against Great Britain, who managed to square the series, it must be said, in Port Moresby soon after. They lost that opener 20 points to 18.
This is the injury to Robinson, and it's he pulled away. He knew that there was something wrong straight away.
That test in Goroka, by the way, 1990, it is known and remembered as the tear gas test, because a canister that was used to quell some stone throwers at the ground landed in Great Britain's half of the field, and Britain never really regained their composure after that, and they lost. I think England are going to lose here. 7 minutes of this second half gone. They lead 24 points to 0. But here comes Charlie Wabo.
He's worked hard trying to get them through. The biggest problem for the Cumulls is field position. Never really threatened the England line.
Well, they might here. They're trying to get the ball out wide. And this is Elijah Riong, and he's got through a couple of tackles, but he released the pass, and Roby, Mr. Dependable, was there. And Roby will begin the response. We've got more news on Luke Robinson. Brian?
Yeah, Eddie, it's not good news for Luke Robinson. He popped his elbow out, so that's why they immediately put a call to the medical staff to get it put back into place, and bravely wanted to try and continue, but he was no good. We won't see him again today. And Kevin Brown, just another further report, he's in cloud cuckoo land after that heavy knock to the head. So Kevin Brown, again, I would say, is no chance. So they're running out of troops. Sam Burgess, Kevin Brown and Luke Robinson look like taking no further part in this game.
And that means that both halfbacks have gone for England, so they're almost rudderless at the moment.
Well, it's a great test of character, isn't it? But also it's an opportunity to show your versatility and your utility value in a team. We know that Sam Tompkins can play that role. We know that Gareth Woodop can come up and play in the line. And so they've got opportunities. Sean O'Loughlin, of course, will play as a pivot. So they've got opportunities here now to show their wares in certain positions, but also I think to handle the pressure of if Papua New Guinea are going to throw something at them, they've got a great opportunity now, because there will be a fatigue factor created here, Eddie, with the England team, simply because they've run out of numbers on the bench. So there's some guys out there probably going to have to play a little more time than they used to.
Wabo with the run from dummy half for Papua New Guinea. Yes, they will know. They just have to look at the bench and see that England are running out of numbers. It's going to be a tough end to the tour for the players left out there.
Well, it's been PNG's best 10 minutes, Eddie, and they're starting now to move the ball with real confidence. The timing's better than what it's been in this Four Nations. They're hitting the ball at the right speed, in the right moment, and trying to find the right hole.
Well, they've got England just on the back foot at the moment, but this is their last chance, this set of 6. The kick is a good one, but eventually just skips away from Widdop and runs dead.
Nice build-up, best of the game.
Back it up.
Good hard work there. Michael Mark. He's a little tearaway, isn't he?
Here's Michael Mark of the Hunslet Club. Did well up against Lottie Takiri last week as well.
Release now. Hold, right side, hold.
Darryl Griffin leaves the field. England trying to rotate the numbers, trying to keep those out there fresh. Gareth Carvell, one of them, wrestled himself away, plays the ball to O'Loughlin. Tompkins gets it wide to Briscoe. Briscoe in danger of being shuttled over the sideline here. Uses considerable strength, though, to keep Elijah Riong off him and stay in the field of play. Graham will drive it forward again for England. Need a captain's knock from Graham now to lead the troops to the final moments of this tour. O'Loughlin with the kick to the in-goal area, and Jesse Joe Parker with work to do. That's a good chase from England.
Yeah, and good defence as well. That'll be forced to drop out.
Leroy Cudjoe celebrating that chase, the kick and chase.
It'll be interesting now to see how England work the attacking system, because Sam Tompkins has come into the fray. He's playing upfield. He'll be wanting to take first receiver. This is a good kick and chase.
You know, it's a great kick. I would be critical of the chase, though. Look, remember the time last week when Morris, Tate and Thaiday chased downfield? They trapped Tompkins in goal. It wasn't a full-on maximum effort from those defenders, thinking here's a chance to win the ball back.
Move now, Marcus.
Stanley Jean, the coach of Papua New Guinea, watching on anxiously as they defend this latest attack. Ben Harrison dumps the ball down to Roby. Roby goes up the middle. Tompkins, quick play the ball by England. They haven't had too many of them in this game. Tompkins running laterally, then gets the pass away to Cudjoe. He goes down in the tackle from Kolo and Wabo. Graham, back he comes to Tompkins. Time for England maybe to show their wares here. This is Widdop, away from a couple of tacklers. Can't get away though from George Money. Again, just slowing England down sufficiently to stay within the laws of the game. Dink over the top from Tompkins. Westwood got a fingertip to it, knocked the ball forward, so play on. Now, can Papua New Guinea hang on to the ball?
Good position there by Jesse Joe Parker. Neat little chip over. Certainly on. Westwood was zooming in.
Release now. Hold.
Wabo will get to his feet, play the ball there to Dion I.
Moving out, Marquez.
And again, James Roby involved in the defence. 26 tackles already from the hooker. He's been a live wire as well.
They have fierce commitment, great pride, the Cummels in their national jersey. And here they come with Money. Wabo stood in his way, but Money will go up the middle. This is the last tackle for them. Wabo gets the ball away. Oh, and again a fumble from Dion I.
I think he was thinking in two minds. Was he going to kick deep, or was he just going to chip the ball over the top of the defence? In the end, lost control of it.
So Ellis will try and bring it away now for England.
Yeah, I was just going to praise the Papua New Guinea side. That was probably one of their best sets of six, but they just didn't finish it off. I think he was looking just to chip over the top. He had a runner on the inside. Now, England should capitalise on this. They've been able to gain excellent field position. They should be able to build some pressure again and score some points.
Ellis tackled on his back, legs flailing, gets to his feet, plays it to Roby. Here is Graham. Good feet from Graham.
Release them now.
Widdop now finds Sam Tompkins. Back he comes to Gareth Ellis. Great ball round the corner from Ellis to Briscoe. Briscoe then to Tompkins. It's suddenly opened up for Sam Tompkins. Gets the pass away. Ben Harrison. Ben Harrison spinning and scores the try. The referee hasn't given it yet.
Let's tackle 5 there, mate. Can you just check back there?
I think he's pointing over this way, and is he asking for a possible obstruction? Ben Harrison hopes he has scored his first international try for England. The ex-Irishman won his first cap as a sub last week. It's these runarounds here that...
Well, Carvel has come across the line, and I think he has gone through. Will he bring this back? Neat offload by Sam Tompkins, and a good finish in the end by Ben Harrison. Really should have got to him, but Carvel did come on the angle. And
well, Russell Smith's having a look at the grounding, which is an indication it's generally A-OK.
Yep. Thanks, mate. You'll remember that for a long time, Ben Harrison. This will be confirmation, surely.
The try is given to Ben Harrison. Had a great year in the Warrington Pack. He was with Ireland in the World Cup 2 years ago. 28-0 England lead, kick to come from Westwood, and it'll be 30 in a second or two.
Well, Stanley Jean will be very, very disappointed with that, as Sean McRae indicated. Probably their best passage of play. They got themselves into a good position, and remember it was Dion I, the little halfback, that couldn't gather the ball, knocked on. Can he add the extras?
Yes, he can. 30-0, Phil. will Steve McNamara's desire now be to keep Papua New Guinea at 0 points?
It will, and I think it'll also be to score some more points, because I think the confidence of several of the squad could only be enhanced here by getting over the try line and doing good things, which they've no doubt worked on for the last 4 weeks as a camp and a squad, and they'll need to work on for the next 4 years if they want to be more successful in the next World Cup, which we've heard a lot of people talk about. We have lost the starting number 6 and 7 from this match, but don't forget, in the opening game against New Zealand, Sam Tompkins played scrum half, and last week against Australia, as England lose the ball here on the first play, Sean O'Loughlin was selected as a standoff. So we're seeing Luke Robinson there now. I think he's got the elbow iced up. I hope it isn't serious damage and doesn't require surgery, but it's going to be a tough 20-odd minutes here for
finish
England.
his tour off, wouldn't it, as Graham loses the ball here with a loose carry. I mean, Luke Robinson delayed his wedding to come out here. He's played a full part, and then to go home with something like that. Let's keep our fingers crossed for both him and his fiancée. Papua New Guineans here with a chance. This is Jesse Joe Parker.
As you said, he's been quite costly, and let's not forget that Kevin Brown, he got a knock to the head early in the match.
Solid run from the winger Michael Mark. Papua New Guinea on the third tackle here, and 8 metres away from the try line. Crowd getting behind them. They want Papua New Guinea to score. It was Aiton, gets it away. They might score here with the standoff. Glenn Nami has lost the ball though. Oh no, it's a penalty. It was stolen.
He said Widdop got a hand in it. Ellie straight away says, come on, they'll take a quick tap. Get yourself sorted out.
Yep, play on.
George Money will drive the ball in.
He's
tackle.
He's worked hard, this guy, George Money.
Wabo stumbled and lost the ball backwards, and then it was lost by Harrison. Which way will they play? Will it be the first knock on they'll play? Because there seemed to be a fumble by a PNG player in there as well. No, he's given head and feed to Papua New Guinea.
He's coming through, knocked it on. Absolutely, mate. Thanks.
Good work at the play the ball area. Very, very quickly indeed. And just where Glenn Nami went very, very close indeed. There was interference.
Half back, wait, half back. Half back.
Now then, will they put on a set pattern move?
Stay there.
I watched them training this week, and they utilised a little kick from the scrum base. Will this come through?
It's with Aiton. He was policed all the way by Sean O'Loughlin. Untidy play the ball, but it's Menzies Yeri. Well, they sense that they have something on offer here, Papua New Guinea. And they might here with Michaeli Azu!
He's got it down all right. Look at them celebrate. Shane Ream, the referee, said it's A-OK. Go PNG, try time. Yeah, you've got your wish.
Vice-captain of the side, Halifax's Michaeli Azu. Ex-Halifax, ex-Hull Kingston, or rather with Halifax, ex-Hull Kingston Rovers.
Good dummy runner through there. Nothing that Harrison could do about it, and he plants the ball down. Nice planned move. Good stuff. And the crowd here, so appreciative of the effort from the Commonwealth.
Michaeli Azu with his try underneath the sticks. Well, yes, they're appreciative of the fact that the Papua New Guineans have scored a try, but anyone who scores a try against England in this part of the world, Phil, gets a rousing cheer from the locals.
They do, and if you recall last week when Papua New Guinea played against the Kiwis, they scored a try and then scored a second one just 2 or 3 minutes later. They will lift now in confidence, and there'll be an energised 5 minutes that's going to come from the Cummels here. Whatever happens here, whether they have the ball or they don't, they're fully recharged the batteries now with that 6 points.
Michaeli
Azu has deserved it.
Try, and Dion I has added the extras. Well, it started in torrid fashion for England. It might just boil up into a torrid end for England now.
I think they've just proven that if you get a little bit of football, you're capable of scoring points. Any team can do it. Papua New Guinea had a little bit of fortune there. James Graham knocked the ball on from the kickoff, and then they got a couple of sets at them, and they were able to build some pressure. And that's what this game's about. If you've got the football, then you're going to worry any defence. But they just haven't had enough of it tonight, Eddie. That's been the problem with Papua New Guinea. They haven't had enough ball. They've turned over far too much.
Yeah, when they've had the ball in hand, they have just gifted the possession back, haven't they? But they're in possession now. England, though, with 20 minutes of their tour remaining. Ayton. Solid hit from O'Loughlin.
Was it ever?
Now, is the number 9, Charlie Wabo, going to try that chip over the top in this set, Eddie? Came off for the Cummels last week.
There's Jesse Joe Parker. We'll be seeing him in Super League next season with Wakefield. Loco waiting to return. Last tackle here for PNG. To be a good kick. It's found the ground, but it's also found Gareth Widdop. Good chase though.
That's one.
And there's the first tackle this set of 6.
Hold. Okay.
Tompkins gets it away to Briscoe.
2.
At 20 years of age, Tom Briscoe is the youngest member of this England touring party. The referee is letting Papua New Guinea get away with murder at the play the ball.
Yeah, it's a bit of a mess, and I think he's noticed that the scoreline a bit one-sided at the moment. But again, they're eager to get at him.
4. Stand up.
Roby. O'Loughlin stabs the ball down the line. Jesse Joe Parker after this. Can he get out of trouble? Yes. Hits the ground in a surrender tackle.
Stand. Here's 10. Hold. Okay. 2. Move. Hold. Okay.
That's good defence. They've got themselves sorted out now, England.
3. Move now.
Moving as a full unit.
Hold.
Straight line.
Okay.
Nice run.
4.
It's a good run, and it's
He's
once
been the
again
star.
Menzieri. He has. He's been the star of this Papua New Guinea team.
Yep.
Solid hit. Solid hit on the wingman. Richard Cambo down to Brian. More news from the side.
Yeah, Eddie, I'm just keeping an eye on Sam Tompkins in the last few sets. Now, he's moved into the halves, and I appreciate that Luke Robinson and Kevin Brown, today's first choice halves, are out. But I'm concerned about how much he's taking on his shoulders. There is a hooker on the field in James Roby, but Sam Tompkins is getting involved in almost every play, which is enthusiastic and commendable for that. But it's not great when you're trying to organise the plays later on in the set. So somebody needs to share a bit of that workload, or else tell Sam Tompkins to back off a bit and inject himself later on in the set.
Well, here comes Tony Clubb. Gone a bit quiet in this second half after his hat-trick exploits of the first 40. Briscoe. Wabo missed the first tackle.
Release now, Marcus, get square.
Michele Ezu didn't miss the second. Roby. Gareth Ellis taking them on. Gets a good offload away to Roby as well, despite the attention of Rodney Griffin. And they keep it alive here once more. Roby to Widdop. Swinging arm there from Nixon Colo.
Went in for the second bite as well.
England getting frustrated by this slow play the ball. Tompkins. Harrison. The Papua New Guinea defence standing firm for the time being. Can they stand firm here? As O'Loughlin goes for the line and is held up just short. Roby fires the pass to Tompkins. Tompkins takes matters into his own hands. No, he doesn't. The ball was pinched from him by Nixon Colo.
Well, it was all set to plunk the ball down, and Colo says you're going nowhere. What a great effort there.
Tompkins had his pocket picked there.
Boy, oh boy, did he ever. He thought he was in for the try.
Jesse Joe Parker clattered to the ground. Not the best play of the ball, very untidy, but allowed to play on.
And I'm just trying to get my head around the second half scoreline as you see Tompkins goes for the line. It's knocked out of his hand, isn't it, by Griffin, and they come up with possession.
Could have been a knock on there.
Am I right in saying it's 6-all at the moment in the second half? It was 24-0, wasn't it, at half time?
Yes, I think it was. Yes, it was 24-0. at half-time, and as you say, 6 apiece second half. And in the 20 minutes at the back end of the match last weekend, Papua New Guinea restricted the Kiwis to just 3 tries, despite the fact that they scored 70 to not too many. But here they come again with Elijah Riong on the last, who will play the ball here to Richard Cambo. That was Loco. He wants the kick playing forward. It's been played at, the referee says, so it'll be 6 to go at the very least here. They're going to get in for a try, though, out wide. And it's that man, Menzi Yeri. They had stuck the left-hand side, had Papua New Guinea. And Menzies Yeri goes in for yet another try.
Tremendous effort. Good support play. And the start of the Kumuls on this tour. The big centre, Menzi Yeri. The neat little kick through, wasn't it? Good work by the standoff Glenn Nami. Out wide, nothing was going to stop this guy. He went for the glory and fully deserved it. Nami, the kick through, what a take. Then the pass, Aiton feeds Yeri, and the crowd here go absolutely wild.
Well, Menzi Yeri, he got the first try against New Zealand last week. He got a try in the World Cup defeat against the Aussies 2 years ago. And the English know that they are in for a torrid end to this match. They're growing in confidence. They are winning the second half now. Dion Ai then, successful with the first kick. From the Azu try, can he add 2 more to Menzies Yeri try?
There we go, boys.
No, he can't.
Not the best, I'm afraid.
30 points to 10, England lead.
Super stuff here. There's a little chip through.
Referee said it was played at. It would have been 6 to go at the very least.
Yeah, Daniel, sorry, mate.
It's a beautiful pass, wasn't it, by Paul Aiton.
Ryan Hall was left stranded with about 5 of them around him.
Yeah, we're good. All behind.
But they came back in numbers but couldn't prevent the try from Menzi Yeri. Makele Azu will run the ball back from inside his own
That's one.
goal area.
Move. Here it is. Hold.
Charlie Wabo. Big hit
2.
by Westwood.
Release
Helped
now.
out by Griffin.
It's 10.
You've got to give a lot of credit as well that the captain, Paul Aiton, not only gave that final pass for Yeri to score, but he has been working throughout.
Hold. Go.
43 tackles the loose forward has had to produce today, and that is a fine effort.
It is, and the Papua New Guineans have done what they did against the Kiwis. They've scored back-to-back tries for the second week in succession.
5 last. Move it now. Here it is.
That's the last one, though, this set of 6. Still inside their own half. Kick needs to be good. Oh, it's inventive again.
Backwards. Play on.
Play on, says the referee.
That's 1. Move.
And 6 to go for Papua New Guinea.
Hold. Second marker, 12.
Well, how's that for confidence? Little chip over the top. Remember, they did it against the Kiwis and came off. It was more of a dribble before that got Menzi Yeri's try.
So here they come again, and that's Nixon Kolo takes the 3rd tackle.
Hold.
PNG, the locals shout. Good foraging run from Wabo, halted by Gareth Ellis.
Hold.
That's Glenn Nami again. Gets it to Ai. Short ball, looks forward.
It was forward, completely ignored.
Yes, said no. Rodney Griffin will play it to Wabo. And out wide from Ai. This is Yeri and Ryan Hall into him and halting the danger with a bit of help from Leroy Cudjoe.
That was on the final.
The turnover.
Yeah, the last one. And boy, they had to dig deep to the England lads to get the numbers back.
Move now.
That should have been a penalty. He's allowed it to play on. It's getting a little bit messy, and the referee seems to just say, okay, let's get on with it.
Hold. Hold. Hold.
Well, the possession swung around, Eddie, completely here now. 60-40 in the PNG favour. And as a result, they look the better side, don't they? England are drained, and inside the last 10 minutes, I bet they never imagined they would have to work this hard here now to see off a Krummel resistance. In fact, a Krummel comeback.
I think it just shows you, Phil, though, what can happen when you lose players from your team. And as I've said before, Steve McNamara's only really got one player he can rotate now on the field. We've seen Gareth Carvell go on and off, and he's rotating the front rowers because that's all he's got left. And the fatigue factor does come in much quicker. There's players out there that are used to having a bit of a break and a bit of a spell. I think that's an error there. That's a knock on.
It is.
Touched.
It was touched by the wingman, Richard Cambo.
It's gone.
Made a few errors in this tournament from kicks that have turned their wingers around.
This is a great chance to score, Eddie. A scrum play here. I know there's been a change of personnel, but they've been together for over a month. The space, if they can find the accuracy here as we see the error. Cambo it is, comes up with a knock on.
Line has come. Hold.
Well, a chance then for
Heads in.
England
Heads in,
to give us something to remember
Out.
through the winter months before we return for Super League next year.
Oh, great play there by Menzieri.
Here's 10.
There's no way through for Gareth Widdop, was there? Tompkins. Here's Daryl Griffin.
Good run.
Yeah, solid work from the big fella.
Get square 13. Hold.
Roby
Hold.
waiting, eyeing up the opportunity. Graham! No way through for James Graham.
Release now. Hold. Hold. Go. 3.
And a chance here for Daryl Griffin, but sheer weight of numbers halt him
4.
underneath the
Release
sticks.
now. Get square. Hold.
Roby,
Hold. Go. 4.
the ball was knocked out of his hands. It's a penalty.
Yeah,
Gone early.
came round the side of the play the ball area. The crowd don't like it.
Too early. Too early.
Went off the mark too early, says the referee. That's
Just
why
wait,
the penalty
James.
has been given.
When you're ready. When you're ready. Hold. Hold. Go.
Westwood for England. Oh, he's lost it. Westwood has lost. Oh, he had it stolen from him.
Just turn the tackle on.
Well, a quick tap. Roby wants to get on with it.
Just wait. Just wait. When you're ready.
Graham, will he twist and offload?
It's with O'Loughlin. Here is Sam Tompkins. Jinking run from Tompkins. They get to him though. Force him backwards.
Stay.
It's good work from David Loco.
Hold. Hold the line. Hold. Go.
Now it's Ellis. Spins away from a couple. Flick pass was a little careless. They lost ground there, England. 7 to go. Roby. Drive forward from Carvell.
3. Release now. Hands out. Go.
Roby again. O'Loughlin over the top for Briscoe. He's in touch.
With a touchdown.
Good
Idea was-
defence. Good defence from Richard Cambo.
The idea was good, but Cambo stood his ground.
Scrum. PNG ball.
Well, I honestly thought that the Papua New Guinean side would just fall apart. But they have shown that their fitness levels are pretty good. This is great work by Cambo.
Heads in.
I'm surprised, Eddie, on a couple of occasions with the depth and the quality of the in-goal surface here, that England haven't put the ball into the in-goal area either to score from a try or force the goal line dropout.
Here's 10. Hold. Hold. Go.
You have to say it is not a wonderful end to this tour for England.
Well, they've lost a bit of cohesion, haven't
I
they?
know they've
with,
had
you
all
know,
the disruption
yeah,
with
with
the
Luke
injuries.
Robinson,
Yes.
and I don't want to sort of harp on that and make excuses, but you take some intelligence out of your team in terms of your 7 and your 6 in particular.
But they weren't selected, were they, for the first game against New Zealand? So it's not as if they've been the only 2 players playing half, Sean, on this tour.
Well, that might be so, but I think that they'll have practiced there this week, Phil. I think that would be the point I would make, is all week they've been practicing in those roles, and other people that have come on and had to fill in will have practiced in other areas. So, you know, I just think they've lost a little bit of cohesion and a little bit of balance in their team, and I think it's a I think it's a very, very plausible excuse for a subpar performance in the second half.
Well, it is, but you also have to remember that the halves were on in the opening 10 minutes of the match when England's looked an absolute shambles.
Well, I'd agree with that as well, Eddie, but I'm not sure that was a halves that turned a lot of ball over. You know, I think one of them might have kicked out in the full, but you know, I don't know. I think they've been pretty solid. I think there's more points. You know, there may be another try in them before the end of the game, but.
Here comes Tompkins, changing the direction again.
We need another try, if not two.
Hold! 4! Let him go! Hold! Hold!
Well, there's only 4.5 minutes for them to get them.
5 last! Move! Out wide!
I mean, the
Last tackle here for England. They're still 20 metres away. Tompkins
Watch the head.
was under pressure. The kick. Oops. What a mess.
Backwards.
made a right meal of that.
Again, mate.
That
6
should be
to
back
go.
to 6.
It is Widdop.
Play on, play on. There's
They've
one.
not been able to diffuse any of the kicks to the corners during this tournament, Papua New Guinea. That's areas for him to work on. There's the try from Clubb. 4 for 4. Clubb.
Hey,
Whoops.
hey.
And Tony Clubb threw the ball into the crowd and nearly hit the referee. Well, he looks an angry young man, Tony Clubb, but he's got 4 tries for England here tonight. They lead 34-10. And the referee's going to have a word with the Harlequins man.
James.
Nice kick. It was a real mess, wasn't it? Campbell got the foot to the ball. Would have picked it up, and it was just a straight run. Bang. It's a big unit.
Just be careful, all right? Be very careful.
And Tony Clubb gets try number 4. Not many internationals has done that.
4 tries for Tony Clubb then, and a ticking off for the referee, who said he'd give him benefit of the doubt that he wasn't throwing the ball at him. And Tony Clubb then went up and told the referee that no, it wasn't aimed at him, it was aimed to have thrown the ball up into the crowd. Well, it's a win. And what do you coaches say, Sean? A win's a win.
Well, it is. They're not playing for any points, of course, but you are playing for a bit of pride, and you're playing for experience.
For 3rd place.
Well, I guess yes, I suppose so. But they've done well in as much as scoring the points.
That's good, that's good. That's good.
He's kicked the goal, has Benny Westwood. 36 points to 10. There he is, 4 tries for England. Tony Clubb. Well done to him.
Yeah, fully deserved. Put himself in a good position. They're enjoying it, and why not?
Yes, all the clubs represented on the terraces. 4 from Huddersfield in the 17. 3 from Warrington, and 7 clubs in total represented here.
But you've
in
got
an England jersey tonight.
I know it's all about the England win, but you've got to give a lot of praise to this Cummells outfit, who have really, really muscled up in the second half. When it looked as though they were out on their feet, they were down 24-0 at half-time. It was going to be a runaway victory, or so we thought. Okay, disrupted with injuries, certainly didn't help their cause. But I have nothing but high praise for the Papua New Guineans tonight.
Well, Tony Clubb becomes the 10th, I think I make it 10th England player to score 4 tries in a match. In the red and white jersey, Sam Tompkins against France in 2009, immediately before him, joins a list that also includes the likes of Martin Afire, Keith Fielding, Jeff Pimlett. So he's in good company, good and illustrious company, Tony Clubb. His name goes in the record books. Tompkins hoists the kick. It's very well claimed by Jesse Joe.
That was a tremendous take under a lot of pressure as well. The Featherstone man did ever so well. That's good work by Tompkins. Michael Mark got dragged 10 metres backwards.
Entering the last minute of this Four Nations odyssey for England. Season's end for these 17 players and the remainder of the party
Here it is.
on the way.
Hold. Okay.
A victory against Papua New Guinea,
5 lads.
but earned at some cost with the likes
Marcus square and hold.
of
Just play it, Paul. It's
Kevin
last.
Brown, Luke Robinson and Sam Burgess off the field and injured and not being able to take part in much of the
And over, just
second
wait,
half.
just
It's the turnover, it's the last chance for England to score points.
wait. Short side.
Could it be 5 for Tony Clubb? Who knows?
They've gone the other way with Ryan Hall. Ryan Hall, who has failed to score now in his last 6 England appearances. Here goes James Graham up the middle.
2. Release now, make the line.
10 seconds
7.
remaining. Can England get over the line for another try? It's with Tompkins. Back it comes. O'Loughlin. The ball is lost. The Papua New Guineans might do it.
Forward.
Maybe not. It was a forward pass, and that will do. I think we'll hear the siren in a second.
Scrum. Scrum, England ball.
Well, our clock says it's time up, but the clock on the big screen here says they've got 13 seconds remaining.
Time off.
And he's called time off.
Here's full pass.
Well, they had the chance for glory. Sean O'Loughlin was quick to get back.
Yeah. No.
Not the Sky Sports clock, by the way, the host broadcaster clock here in New Zealand. Our clock is never
Heads in, please.
slow or fast.
Well, this will be a feed into the scrum and a kick and chase.
Let's go. It's heads in. Let's go, heads in. 12. You got to get down, mate. Hey. Just worry about your boys. I'll worry about them. Props. Keep your feet down. Let's go. Time on.
Well, a chip and chase maybe. Tony Clubb out wide, too wide. An inauspicious end to an inauspicious match for England, but they have won. They avoid the embarrassment of ending up with a wooden spoon. They've beaten Papua New Guinea 36 points to 10. Tony Clubb, the hero of the hour, of course, with 4 tries. But let's have a PNG perspective on those 80 minutes. Brian's with Stanley G.
Well, I'm down here with what must be a very proud man, Stanley. What's your feeling after that?
I'm very proud of the boys. You know, there's about 15 boys all the way from home. You know, half of them never been on a plane in their life. So, you know, it's a great experience for the boys. But very, very disappointed with all 3 games that we can't control the ball till 4 or 5 and, you know, kick and build some pressure. But this is a learning curve for them. And I've seen a lot of positive, as I said, in the last 3 games. And it's a way up, you know, forward for us.
Absolutely, Stanley. A difficult first half, but the 12-10 in the second half. Very, very narrow defeat in that 40 minutes.
Yeah, mate. And you look at the New Zealand game as well. Second half it was 30-12, and we just got to switch on and play football. But you know what? As I said, these boys are learning. It's a long learning curve for them, and hopefully next year will come much better. I mean, we miss 6 good players who are injured. You know, who's playing professionally in England and in Australia. So these boys here, I'm so proud of them.
You're confident to get those players back. What does the future hold for Stanley Jean?
I don't know yet, mate. I just got to get home and see what's happening. But at this stage, you know, I just want to get back to England and see the family. You know, I miss them quite a lot. So yeah, just wait and see what happens.
Stanley, thank you very much for your time and congratulations.
Thanks, Brian. Hey.
All right, I'm here with Tony Clubb. Tony, congratulations. Very, very special day for you.
Yeah, it is. It's not often you get to score 4 tries for your country, so I'm overwhelmed by it. So I don't know what to say really. So.
Well, it was been difficult for you, Tony, because you had to sit in the sidelines and watch for the warm-up game and then the first 2 test matches. You were very patient, and Steve McNamara remarked about how patient you were.
Yeah, definitely. It's tough watching the boys play. I want to be playing week in, week out for my country. And tonight I got my opportunity, and lucky enough got 4 tries off the back of it. So I'm overwhelmed by it.
Well, your man, you'll go back to your club a very happy man in the record books. 4 tries, first London player to do so.
Yeah, well, like I said, I just want to do well for my country, and if I can, I'll score 4 more for every time I get on there. So I'm over the moon about it. So.
Well, Tony Clubb, thank you very much for your time and congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well, I'm here with another very special player, Benny Westwood. Benny, a difficult time at the office today.
Yeah, it was. You know, we knew Papua New Guinea would have come out all good blazing, and they did, and they should be proud of themselves.
It looked very, very physical. How tough are they?
Just like it's a brick wall, you know. They're absolutely solid, but You know, I'd like to give a special mention to Clubbins. You know, he's sad not getting chosen every week and coming on tour and being left out, but he's got his chance today and it's good for a chance, so let's congratulate him for that.
And of course you suffered some significant injuries during that game. You lost your starting halfbacks, which made things difficult.
Yeah, it does, you know, and you know, we're a bit under par. I think we've been under par all tour, and you know, but we'll learn from this. We've got a young side out here. You know what I mean? I think the average age is 23, 24. So, you know, in a few years to come, maybe we'll be good enough, and that's what we're aiming for.
So, how would you sum it up, Benny? The whole tournament, success, failure, bit indifferent.
A bit. You know, it is a bit disappointing, but you know, there's some good things to come out of it. You know, the blood of some young ones. You know, don't forget Sam Tompkins only played first team for 2 years now. You know, in a few years' time, it's going to get even better. You know, a lot of these lot are on the first tour, you know, so it's a learning curve really for us. So, but you know, we'll get there in the end.
And you eventually get a well-earned break there after a long season for you, Ben.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do get a break. I'm not quite sure how long, but we'll find out when I get home.
Benny, thanks for your time.
No worries. Thank you.
Ben Westwood, I think he summed up the tour perfectly, really. A learning curve. Some young players, there's one of them, Sam Tompkins, who can only benefit from this experience. And perhaps that was at the back of the mind of the selection of this touring party when it was first announced. Very young team, some experiences, most of them good. They've learned some hard lessons against the big boys